And I'd been in Africa about 4 years, and I was called to the maternity part of the hospital one night, probably 1 or 2 in the morning, and going across to maternity, a lady was in labour, expecting her second child. Number 1 was about 2 years old. And sadly, despite everything we did, the mother died. I thank God that it was a very rare occasion, but that night we lost the mother. And we were left with a little tiny baby. And I knew the problem was to keep that baby warm. We'd no electricity in those days at Nebo, and there was no way of putting the baby into an incubator. We'd no way of making special foods or anything like that. We really were very... I'm going to use a Swahili word which wouldn't help you to understand it, Basinji. Can't think what you say in English, but we were primitive. So I said to one of the midwife girls to go out and get a cot ready that we used for the babies, cotton wool. We used to put oil on their bodies and wrap them in cotton wool and put them in the cots. I asked another girl would she go out and get a couple of hot water bottles to put either side of the baby. So the biggest problem was going to be to keep the baby warm enough. And the one midwife came back in and she said, "I'm awfully sorry, doctor. I boiled the kettle, I took the hot water bottle, I was filling the bottle when, bang, burst hot water bottle." And she said, "It is our last hot water bottle." Okay? No good crying over, back here spilt milk. Out there burst hot water bottles. There was no way we could replace it in the forest where we lived. So you put the baby in the cot, wrap it up carefully, put it as near to the fire as you safely can. You sit between the baby and the door to keep it free from drafts, and be sure that the baby throws off its blanket during the night and tuck it up again. You must keep the baby warm. If the baby gets cold, it will die. Next day at midday, I went over to have prayers with the children in our orphanage. Children used to gather around me every midday, just as those who chose to come, and I would tell them different things to pray for. And that particular day, I mentioned, amongst other things, that this little baby, would they pray for the nurses to stay awake all night so that the baby did not get cold. I mentioned the burst hot water bottle, and I mentioned the little 2-year-old sister who was crying because her mum had died. During prayer time, one of the children, 10-year-old Ruth, prayed in the usual very blunt way of our African children, "Please God, send us a hot water bottle. Now God, it'll be no good tomorrow, the baby will be dead. So please send it this afternoon." And you know, I'm just thinking, I don't know how that could happen. How could God ever send me a hot water bottle? If anybody back here sent me a parcel, who would think of putting a hot water bottle in? I live on the equator. And it didn't seem to fit. And then she added, "God, while you're about it, would you send a dolly for the little girl so she'll know that Jesus really loves her?" I have to confess, I did not say amen. I just couldn't see it could be practical. I know God can do everything, but I had a but in my mind. There are certain things beyond the limit. That afternoon, I was teaching in the nurses' school. A message came to me and said, "There's a car outside your house." I went across to the house. By the time I got there, the car had left. But on the veranda of my home was a big 22-pound parcel, all done up, paper, strings, stamps. I looked at the postmark, and it came from southeast London, England. You know, that was the first parcel I ever received in Africa. I was kind of awed. And I wanted to cry. So I sent for the orphanage children, and they gathered round me in a big clump. I must have irritated them a lot, because you don't cut string. You might need it tomorrow, so you undo every single knot. You don't tear paper. You might need it tomorrow, you unfold every piece of paper. And eventually we got into the parcel. And in the parcels, on the top, I remember, there were bright knitted jerseys the kids loved. And I was giving these out and hoping there'd be enough to go around all the children. And then under that, there were knitted bandages for the leprosy patient, and they looked a bit bored. And then there was a big bar of soap, and they were probably more bored. And then there was a lovely box, what do you call, dried currants and raisins and things. I thought I'd make a nice batch of buns for the weekend. And then I pushed my hand down into the parcel. It wasn't me, I think. It might well have been. And I pulled out from the parcel the brand new rubber hot water bottle. I cried because I hadn't honestly believed God could do it. And Ruth was in the front line of the children. She rushed forward and said, if God sent the hot water bottle, he must have sent the dolly. And she dived into the parcel. From the bottom of the parcel, she pulled out the dolly. Obviously not this one, because that one was given to the child. And she looked up at me with bright-eyed, Mummy, can I go over with you and give the dolly to that little girl so she'll know that Jesus really loves her? Do you know, that parcel had been on the way 5 months, sent off from the UK, London, somewhere in July. And for the whole year before that, from September up to July, a Bible class had been knitting. Bigger girls had knitted the jerseys, little girls had knitted the bandages. And then the Bible class leader, Betty Ponsford, had put them all together. And as she did so, God spoke to her and said, put in a hot water bottle. I know Betty very well. She probably said, a hot water bottle, God, for the equator? God said, yes, a hot water bottle. So Betty puts in a hot water bottle. One of the children in the Bible class said, I'd like to send a dolly to a little girl in Africa. And it took 5 months to come to us. And it came the day that Ruth had prayed. Isn't he wonderful? Isn't he wonderful? He cared so much about an unknown baby in a little clearing in the forest of Africa that more than a year beforehand, just before the baby was even conceived, he'd begun to get things ready for the parcel. Such is the love of God for every individual one of us. There's no limit to his love. You can't quantify his love, but it's always there in every need, and the parcel right. Now, if I had never said thank you to Betty or to the girls in the Bible class for the knitting and for the packing up and for the postage stamps, it wouldn't make any difference to the wonderful thing that happened. The parcel arrived on the right day with a hot water bottle that was put beside the little newborn baby. The dolly was given to the little 2-year-old to tell her that Jesus loved her. It would have all happened even if I'd never said thank you. We don't have to be thanked. We don't have to, needless to say, I did say thank you. I wrote to the Bible class, and when I came home on furlough, I went to speak to them and to thank them for that wonderful parcel, including the hot water bottle, the very day we needed it, and the dolly for the little child. God's so good. He never fails us. He was looking after that tiny bit of rim. One newborn baby, one little girl, in an unknown hospital in the centre of the jungles of Africa, you might say. And if you were to ask, who was the missionary in that story? Was it the people who gave? Bible class girls, knitting, Bible class leader, paying for the stamps, parceling it all up? Was it the person who went? Merely a doctor who got to the right spot at the right moment? Or was it the little girl who prayed? You can't answer the question, who was the missionary? They were all essential. The story wouldn't exist if there hadn't been those who gave, those who went, and those who prayed. And that's it. That's it. That's the world you and I live in today.